What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger. I'm talking to all the spiritual people here, all the people who are seeking truth, all the people who are seeking God, all the people on the spiritual journey. I'm here to tell you that the devil's time is short. The curse that's on you is being lifted, and in just a short time, all those blockages of Satan are going to be lifted off of you. Just look out for the signs from God. God will show you different signs, and I'm going to talk about this right now. So, I've always in my life have had certain curses and blockages and things like that in my life. The main one of these is my health. I have asthma, I have celiac disease, I have some just strange kind of health issues where it's like my body's just not in proper calibration. I've had this since I've been a little kid. It's kind of progressively gotten worse here and there, gotten better here and there, ups and downs, but I've always had to deal with this in all my life. I've also had a lot of people reject me, turn their back on me, stab me in the back, things like that, and I've never really been able to fit in or get the proper support that I need in life, and that's also been a lifelong curse I've had to, deal with. And I was really thinking about this stuff, praying on this stuff, and this was something I was meditating on, praying on, and really being close to God with. And just on this channel here, I noticed that the growth slowed, and there was even a time where I was losing subscribers and stuff like that. And I remember I was just thinking, like, why is this happening? I was thinking, like, am I talking about too much controversial stuff? Like, what's going on, And I realized in the bigger picture that this was just a part of this big curse that I have on myself that's been attacking me in so many different areas, and I was like, dang, and I was really praying on this and stuff. And then just yesterday, I was about to go to the gym, and then all of a sudden I get dizzy and nauseous, and all this weird stuff happens, and I'm like, oh God, like, all right, well, my workout's not gonna be very good now, but I went anyways, and was just kind of doing some light stuff, going on the elliptical, just getting the heart rate up a bit, getting the cardio a little bit better. And I was really in this spiritual moment, and I was thinking about how Satan's blocking me up. And then right as I'm thinking about this, right outside the window, someone starts kind of circling around the parking lot in a Dodge Challenger. And I mean, I like the Dodge Challenger, it's a cool car and all that, but it's called the Challenger, and it has kind of a devilish appearance to it. And this guy had put a body kit on it and stuff, so it looked even more kind of devilish and kind of sinister. And I just felt like there was a sign in this car. And there's no spaces in the parking lot. This guy is like circling around the block looking for a parking space, can't find one. So he ends up putting the hazards on, and just kind of letting the car sit while he ran into the building to get something or something like that. But I remember his car was just sitting there, and I'm like, man, like 10-15 minutes his car was sitting there before he came back. And I knew God was showing me that that car represented Satan in my life, and the lack of parking spaces represented that that I had made my life in such a way that there was no room for Satan. I filled my life up with other stuff, so Satan didn't have room. So he was just kind of lingering around for as long as he could. And I mean, I'm serious, the guy came back, and then all of a sudden he's sitting in the car for 5 minutes, he's just like lingering. And I'm like, dang, how long is this guy gonna hang out for? And I mean, this guy, I'm not going to judge this guy or anything like that. Like, that's whatever, It was just a sign from God to show me. The guy wasn't like gang stalking me or anything like that. I've had other people do that, but this was not the case here. This guy was just kind of hanging out in his car. And this was just a sign from God about, that the Challenger in my life didn't have much space, He didn't have much space, and he was running out of time, and couldn't stop me up anymore. And some of you guys are, watching this video and being like, hey, Truth Tiger, I believe you, that's a sign from God. Some of you were like, I don't know, I don't know. what happens next really solidified it for me. So all of a sudden, this guy, he pulls away in his car finally, in the Dodge Challenger, and I'm like, all right, man, this guy was hanging out for like 15 minutes. It's a long time to, have your hazards on, just hanging out your car in the middle of a parking lot, but finally, he leaves, and I'm like, all right, this was definitely a sign. I just got to kind of outlast Satan and realize that he's going to stop lingering around me. Right as that happens, the fire alarm in my building goes off. I kid you not, the fire alarm in my building went off. And, I live in a newer building, so I got these white lights flashing, and there's this, voice, emergency, exit the building, emergency, exit the building, and it's this whole thing, and people are leaving the building, and everyone's like, what the heck, and, and it was just, it was crazy, and it really solidified it for me that was a sign from God, and I knew that something was going on. It either represented that there was some big exodus in my life, that something was being pushed out, or it was kind of Satan just freaking out and flipping the chessboard, if you will, and just causing some kind of chaos and calamity just to be annoying because he was frustrated that he could not get at me. But either way, I knew that my curse was coming to an end. I knew that Satan was coming out of my life, and I'm telling you all, just pay attention to the signs. They're out there. God will show signs to you in so many different ways. God will show you signs in terms of numbers. God will show you signs in terms of symbolic events like the one I just saw. God is constantly showing us signs in certain ways, and dreams. God's giving us dreams to show us signs, and we got to pay attention to these signs and try to interpret them properly, because they're going to show us the truth of what's going on. They're going to show us, they're going to give us hope and encouragement. That's a big thing I took out of what was happening to me, is it really gave me hope. It really encouraged me, and it really showed me, what I suspected to be true, that I really didn't have space in my life for Satan, but he was trying to linger around me and kind of just hang around me for just a little bit longer, just to try to cause a little bit more problems. But eventually he was going to have to leave, because there's no space for him, there's no place for him in my life. And I'm telling all you guys who are struggling with curses and unfortunate things and just going through BS in your life, it's not going to last much longer. Satan's time is limited. So, make sure there's no room for him in your life. He's got no place to park. He's got no foothold. He can't build a stronghold. Make sure that there's no area for him. There's no openings. But, once that's true, he won't have a place to hang out at. He won't be able to park himself, and the best he can do is just linger a little bit. And his time to linger is short. So, yeah, everybody, thanks for watching this video. I'm just gonna say a quick prayer for everyone. My Father in heaven, be with us all. Please lift these curses off of us all. We all have curses and things that we're struggling with. So, my Father in heaven, lift the curses off of all of us. Take away all the misfortune, and let it be green. Let it be greener pastures for us, and let all these curses and all this blockage and all this kind of stuff we're dealing with, let it be taken off us, and just take the devil out of our lives. So yeah, thank you all for watching. God bless, and I will see you next time.